everybody else. Last thing you want to do is lose some of your superstars, even if they are well, apparent interlopers. But the way that Kubica is driving, it is unbelievable. This is Craig Breen and the familiar voice of Paul Nagel.
Slow, 4 right minus sharp, tighten deep and left and 2 right into 4 left cross, don't cut narrows and flat 2 right, 30 crest and 4 right cross short. 50.
We said there was a change of pace before, but we can see another change of pace now. These are the boys that are fighting at the front. Craig's doing a sterling job. Jan Kopecky and obviously Robert Kubica is fighting at the three of them, but Craig's doing well. He's really driving neat and tidy, trying to keep the car square. He's fighting the back end, it looks like, a little bit, but nevertheless, we'll see what he can do.
And left tighten to 4 minus sharp into flat 3 right maybe 50. Left and right cross sharp, don't cut it.
So instinctive and smooth, isn't he?
He is. I mean, he's come on leaps and bounds, and all power to him. He's doing a great job, and he's got a fantastic opportunity this year with Peugeot, and he's trying to take it with both hands. I mean, he's constantly said this whole rally, every stage he comes out, he said, I'm feeling confident, and hopefully he can do something with it and not let it boil over, because it's so easy here just to go a little bit wide.
Yeah, he's been a talent that's been missing for too long. He's been upset about that. We know all about that. Paul Nagel, though, and he, when they get together, it really is a dream team, and we'll see what they can do now. Sousa at the 10.6 mark, leading Megalesh by 6 seconds. Mura 14 down. He must have had a moment out there, but Sousa, it is the boss. Just shows you can't rely on just one brief section on board. I was thinking he was going to take this one. He's had some sort of issue. We'll get that at the end of this stage when Peter Burt, I think it is, that's going to be doing the interviews, just past one of the big walls that have been cut in here into what looked like sandstone, and still on a mission.
Absolutely. I think we'll just sit back and enjoy it, like you said before.
100. Flat 3 right 60.
As we say that, it goes to a tarmac section, which isn't the most interesting, this one, to be honest. quick blast down before a junction left.
Yeah, it always happens. We're just waiting for that second split to reveal itself for them. 10.26. Incidentally, Craig Breen's on there, so is Jan Kopecky, who will be picking him up in just a few moments' time. Pavel Dressler and Jan have done a super job here. Back with Breen on some of the rough stuff.
50. 5 right plus, open long, and keep right over crest time to late 4 minus.
It's interesting, I remember this part of the stage in particular. This is where the meat of the stage is. It starts now, Carlton, really, the stage.
Absolutely, he just had the back end bit there. I don't know whether it was an overcorrection, but the back end just slewed ever so slightly. Needed a massive recorrection. He did it. Oh, this is fantastic. It's the rises and falls. It's like a serpent, this part of the course. And as you say, this is the business end.
It is. I mean, this is where the surfaces start to change regularly. You get, like I said, from the gravel to the clay and everything in between.
Well, we can't set you a target time today because of the weather conditions. It is extraordinarily skittery, and you're looking at Craig Breen. This is his office, don't forget. And just look how he's managing these turns here. Amazing.
It's interesting listening to Paul, isn't he? He's keeping in check.
I don't know how you're staying calm either. Some of the jumps that he's making here, because you can't quite see the kick-ups, but he's riding them beautifully. You know, it's so varied, Guy. I'm looking at loose, sort of broken down banking. We've got rock to deal with here as well. Standing water, a little bit of a concrete bridge. I don't want to dwell too much on that.
No, absolutely not.
That's got them out before.
It's great just watch the hands on the wheel, you know, to see how much input it actually requires. Sometimes, you know, everybody who drives a road car around the corner, obviously you've got constant grip normally, and you just turn the car into the corner, obviously with rallying, with oversteer and understeer and different grip levels. You can see his hands constantly working.
Fabulous save there as well. This is the back end start. There's a slew. It's hard to tee yourself up for the next curve as well. You've got the notes, of course, and Nagel delivers them in such a beautiful lyrical fashion. He has a great way of delivering urgency without actually losing control, and Breen responds to it superbly. Whoa, what was that?
I'd like to say just understeer because of a large amount of water, but we'll see. Hopefully another puncher.
Let's hope not. On board with Jan Kopecky.
10, levá 7 minus, čtyřice 2, levá 6 plus delší trumpu, 61 předem, pravá 6 přes horizont, 30, levá 7 minus pod bod přes horizont.
You know, Kopecky plays a long game. He did so in the Canaries. He waited for Kubica. He just did his own thing, frankly. When Kubica had an incident, Kopecky, of course, cruised through. He's made a difference, though, after a slow start on this rally. He's finally got his opening stage win. That was just before we came into this one. He's reduced the deficit to 4.9 seconds. And he's not of the character where he will try and snatch at this, but he will be going extraordinarily quickly. He knows where the limit is.
In terms of the brand Skoda and the name Jan Kopecky, you don't get any more of an experienced driver. He knows that car backwards. I think the only thing he'll be struggling with is confidence, because he hasn't been on gravel for more than a year. The last time was Cyprus, I think, 2011.
Well, it's not a surface he is particularly fond of. He's constantly saying he's in a learning curve, but boy, oh boy, if it took him 7 stages to warm up, he's absolutely on fire at the moment. Look at this. Well, it really is closing in, as you can see. We've lost visibility. We've got a sea mist, more than that, a fog that's just descending. It's keeping the helicam out of action, I'm afraid, and we're just coming to the end of the stage end in a few moments' time. And it's Jean-Michel Raux that will be talking to us first, as we keep an eye on Kopecky on your screen here. Let's see what he's got to say. How was it is the question. Simple as that.
Jean-Michel ended the long stage A. What was the conditions like? The conditions is very bad. There are a lot of rain in the middle of the stage, and when we go down, there are fog everywhere. It's very, very difficult to drive and to find a way, but it's the rally. It's the condition in Açores, so we must do with that.
They are. It's a question of just getting on with it.
He's having fun.
He's having fun. Earlier on, I said to Guy Wilkes, what about this Kubica demanding another check out there, another recce? He said, well, it's not usual for rallying. You just take what you're given.
Absolutely.
Sums it up. There you go. On board with Kopecky. We're going to take ourselves a short break. It's stair rods out there, as you can see, as the Atlantic does its worst on the Azores. Still waiting to find out if there was a little moment a few moments ago for Craig Breen. Hope not. Still no word on that. We'll be back live here in the Azores after this. Welcome back. Just talking to Bruno Megalic here, and it sounds like Portuguese, but I can't actually hear it, I'm afraid. What I can tell you is that Valentine came through 17.7 seconds down, so it's absolutely atrocious out there. Visibility. Oh, here you are, English.
Bad, really bad in the beginning of the stage. It was raining a lot. After a lot of fog, a lot of mud, and I didn't feel the grip with the car. It was not so good.
Difficult conditions, but a quick time. It's encouraging, yeah.
Very difficult conditions. It's very easy to make a mistake. You can't. Sometimes you have grip, and other times you don't have. Not easy for everybody, huh?
There we are. Valentine also saying that he did his level best out there, but visibility at times was absolutely tumbling. So you saw Kopecky. We're on board with Ancien at the moment. We just saw Kopecky, and he seemed to have been easing off out there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether he was struggling or whether he's just been very patient. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ancien, big clip, maybe got away with it. We'll see what that's done.
There were some marks in that bank already. Other people have done it, and that's the change in grip. We maybe just can't quite see it on the television screens, but it could have just been clay on the entry of that corner.
Valentine as well saying he couldn't trust the notes anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's they were made in fog as well, he was saying, so it's doubly difficult. You made pace notes in fog. Obviously, it's the same conditions you're trying to drive in now, but you're driving so much faster.
Mura's time coming through in a 19.01. That's a decent time here, second quickest, but giving away 9.2 so far. He'll be coming in. We stay with Ancien on the right-hand side of your screen, live here on Eurosport for the European Rally Championship. We're on the Azores. Now, local knowledge. Let's have a listen. Well, it'll take him a few moments just to get himself ready. And Ancien looks like he's got a problem. Maybe after that striking of the banking here, he's going extraordinarily slowly. Still waiting for our friends Portuguese TV to...
What was it like in the conditions with the road?
Here we go. Still no word.
Ricardo, how was that today?
Terrível. Muito difícil. Condições de aderência a alternarem pouco a pouco, muito pouca visibilidade, muito nevoeiro.
Really creasy surface. I've lost the sound. I'm sorry about that.
Yes,
I'm hoping we'll get back to it in just a few moments' time. Look at this. Oh, dearie me. Now, he's got it's actually getting wetter, and as you can see as well, visibility is now coming down to virtually nothing, and as the screen dries, it gets smeared here, and we're almost losing pictures at the very end as they come through. I'm just wondering what's going to happen to some of the times of those further down the order here, and whether they're going to get amended. So Felicidades is taking prisoners. We'll be back with it later on, don't forget, as well, for the second run through here. But believe me, I think some of these guys will... we're hearing that Cherney has stopped on board the special as well, so clipped the side and got an issue. This is Sousa.
Conditions are so bad, though.
I think I lost maybe a minute or something. I was really struggling with the fog. Believe me, a hell. Infernal conditions, very, very sleepy. Sometimes you got a lot of grip, and then suddenly it's just pure mud and water, and you start sliding. I hit the banks probably 20 times. So if I have for all four wheels, it's already very good.
What a fantastic comment. If I've got all four wheels, that's a bonus, essentially. We're on board with Kubica now. No, look at this. Holds it.
Yeah, that was, I don't know if that was a pace note issue, because he just didn't seem to turn into the corner as aggressively as he needed to, and he ended up going in between and hit the bank. No, it looked a grip issue possibly as well.
Look at this, 10.26, Kopecky and Kubica giving away 7 and 12 seconds to Sousa, who finds himself actually quickest so far. Well, at that split anyway, we'll see how that panned out towards the end. Bree's still on a mission here. They'll be coming through fairly shortly. In fact, he's next to the finish. We'll find out whether it did indeed have an issue here. Looks like it's grinding as well. It may well just be the camera retina as he takes a big chug through some standing water, throwing up dirt onto the screen just where the camera position is. The spectators, the brave ones amongst us here, pointing something out. We know that we've got a car stuck out on course here, but we haven't come across it yet. Maybe it's a restart, but this is Kubica on board with him.
He's struggling here, big time. I think this could have been the stage. I mean, it's the obvious stage. It's the highest stage of the rally that they wrecked it in the fog, because he's just not driving with much confidence here.
Well, he wrecked it in the fog. He walked away, apparently, from his co-driver who's making the notes.
He's the car.
Oh, there we are. That was Cherney.
No, yeah.
There it is. There we are. Were we on board with Cherney when he had an issue? Not sure whether it was the development or whether it was a crash at that point, but it looks like he's just got the car clear, possibly with the help of some of the very brave spectators. So Kubica and Baran on board with them right now. If you're wondering what's happened to Helicam, it's gone the way of the weather, I'm afraid. So it's all on boards, and I know a lot of you love it, so let's have a listen. That's not a singing engine.
No, he's obviously been driving with confidence before, because he set the fastest stage times bar one in the whole rally all the way up until here. We can see he's a fantastic driver. We know what he's capable of in an F1 car and a rally car, even though he's got very little experience. But this is just different gravy.
Sousa, quickest so far, and he said it was absolute hell out there. He said if there's four wheels left on this vehicle, that is a bonus. Bonus could come with a stage win here, we'll see. Valentine, 5th quickest so far, but giving away 1 minute and 45 to Sousa. It's all about the Portuguese up top. Sousa, Megalesh and Mura on this stage, and it's going to be a massive shake-up by the time this one is concluded. The first run only, don't forget, through Felicidades. We'll be going again a little bit later on. Big struggle onto tarmac. It's going to be skittery.
It's interesting, you know, we heard Bernardo Sousa talking about how difficult it was, and he'd probably lost a minute. This is one of the places where it can change.
And he was quickest, did you?
Yeah, exactly.